says you're live.
Oh, okay. I don't see myself on the screen, but it says waiting for nobody. Oh, now I see it. Okay. And I wore my nice sweater today for nobody.
Hey, the good news is the audio for you was working.
Oh, good.
Hang on.
Is the audio for you working though? That is the
Yep,
question. It
it's
is?
working.
Oh, wow,
There's like
cool.
a 20-second delay, but oh, Pat's in here.
Oh, hello.
Hey, other people are coming. Who knew?
Yay. I put my nice sweater on for today. I put my sweater on because they're supposed to get like 3 inches of snow. Oh, Matt, hello. Hello. So I read like a half an hour ago we're supposed to get 3 inches of snow. It was snowing. Then I look outside 5 minutes later, nothing. So how are we supposed to get 3 inches of snow if nothing's happening? I don't know. Hello, Chrissy. Where are you guys all from? Oh, 15 people are here. Yay! I've got a nice list of goodies to talk about. So the lighting is a little blown out, but it's okay. Do my pores look better when
I'll
it's a
work
little
on
bit?
it. Give me a second. Let's go to
Okay.
camera two.
Camera, which is that one?
Yeah.
Okay, two. You know, when the lights like blown out, it might make my pores look better, maybe, huh? Just like that whole year where we were doing videos and everyone kept telling me I was wearing too much bronzer. And I'm like, I'm not even wearing any bronzer, but the lighting was kind of messed up for like a whole year. Every day, you're wearing too much bronzer. You're wearing too much bronzer. I'm like, I'm not wearing any bronzer. And yeah, it was a lighting issue the whole time. I just kept thinking, wow, I'm not putting any bronzer on, but I look bronze, so I don't, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Probably not a good thing.
All right,
So,
let's try number one again.
okay. We got Philadelphia. Wow. Virginia, Slovenia. Wow. Were we in
We
Slovenia?
went through
We
Slovenia.
did. We went through
We rode a
Slovenia.
train through it.
We
We
went,
didn't stop.
yeah, yeah. Next time we'll have to go in there. So, Michigan. Wow. Well, thank you guys. Slovenia. Yeah, we went through the slowest train I've ever been on. It was so hot. But it was kind of cool. I'd never been on a train that for that long that I can think of. Usually the train goes faster. Where else were we on a train? I can't remember now. I'm hoping to go on a train when we go to Japan and South Korea later on this spring. We're going to Japan and South Korea. I kind of somehow talked my dad into it. I talked my dad into going to South Korea. My real reason I want to go to South Korea is, what do you guys think? Skincare stuff. In Japan, same thing. Somehow I was able to talk my dad into it though, but I didn't really mention the skincare. So now I just got to figure out where to go when I'm there. So yeah. Oh, hello, Meg. How are you? Oh, you just saw the note. You know, we got to get better with notifications. So we've been doing them on Fridays, and now we're going to try Saturdays, I think. Mostly because yesterday I had a chiropractor appointment, and then this coming Friday
Is
I had.
that Minnesota, Meg?
No,
No. Okay.
no, she's from North Carolina.
Oh, hi, Meg. Wrong Meg.
Who's Minnesota,
I
Meg?
don't know.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was from Minnesota.
No, she's from North Carolina.
Okay. Hi,
North
Meg.
Carolina, one of the most beautiful states ever. Seriously, so beautiful. Anyway, so then this coming Friday, I have my Botox for migraine. So I thought, let's try Saturdays for a while because Saturdays are always fun. People aren't at work
Oh, we do have
usually.
some
So
Minnesota in here. Sorry.
do we? Oh, okay, cool. Minnesota, you betcha. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Oh, you guys are so nice. So, Minnesota. So, 3 inches of snow are supposed to get. Not snowing now, but we'll see. It's always cold here. So, well, thank you guys. Yeah, skincare tour in South Korea. I have to figure it out. I have to figure out the stores to go to, and then Japan, obviously, too. And I was going to pack another suitcase so I can sneak all my stuff in. Do you have to put that on your custom sheet? Like 8,000 bottles of sunscreen?
Yeah, you're going to be the reason we lose global entry.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Sarah the smuggler.
The other time we traveled and we declared, we were coming back from
Holland.
Holland. We declared all these tulip bulbs. And that was a weird one because they're really picky about, I guess it'd be agriculture technically. And they went through it all and it took like an hour and then got home, planted them that fall. That spring, I think one or two came up out of all of them.
Worst tulips ever.
So, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I planted tulips this fall. I'm kind of thinking when I planted those, I might have planted them upside down, but I'm not sure. I can't really remember. But yeah, user error maybe? I don't know. But I just thought they were really cool because they're black tulips. And I thought, how cool is that? Black tulip, like how unique. And then one of them came up. Although one came up like 800 feet away from the spot I planted them last year. How did that happen? It must have been a squirrel or something. Those mean little red
Yeah, maybe a
squirrels.
squirrel dug it up and hid
I
it
don't
somewhere
know.
else, and it.
He thought it was like a chestnut or something,
I
or
have no
a
idea.
yeah, and hit it. So yeah, Olive Young is awesome. So oh, you did Botox, but you're still having terror. How long have you been doing the Botox for migraines? Because I heard somebody told me like it takes 2 or 3 rounds, which would be like almost a year. I think my migraines have been better. I've still had a few. After I went to the dentist a couple weeks ago, I had like 3 or 4 that week, and but now I've been good again. So I who knows? I mean, it could be the Botox, it could be in my head, but I guess if it makes me think it's working, I'm fine with that too. So oh, Naturium Retinal turned your shirt and neck green. So oh, Melania, Slovenia. Wow, Slovenian. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
What's the biggest city in Slovenia? I
What's
wonder if we went through it or not
yeah.
on the train.
Uh, I
Pronounce it. I
can't
know
remember.
it's hard to pronounce all of it. So, hello, surprise, it's us. Oh, there we go. Oh, geez, I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one. But
Ljubljana. It's the capital. Wow. I'm not even gonna try because I
do it.
will. I
Try to
will.
try to pronounce
Should
it.
I?
Yeah,
Jubjana. Jubjana.
that's
That's probably pretty bad.
we are so embarrassing ourselves right now.
Liblana. Oh, okay. It out. Libilana. Even that I can't do. Even sound it out. Libiana. Libiana?
So I Googled it, and the first auto suggestion is pronunciation.
Oh, okay. Well,
Ljubljana.
okay, Ljubljana. I like that. That's a pretty name. So,
Can you hear that?
Ljubljana. Okay,
Hang on.
Ljubljana. I like that. It's kind of like astaxanthin, which I finally now. So, okay, well, so
We'll stop next time.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next time, uh, and we're gonna try and do something different. We're gonna try and well, not next time maybe, but one of these times, we're gonna try and do a live stream on this channel and my second channel. I've been uploading a lot more to my second channel. So yesterday, I think I released a video. What was it?
The cooking.
The cooking video. What cooking did I do? The quiche Lorraine.
Quiche Lorraine.
2 ways. Everything's 2 ways. Quiche Lorraine 2 ways. Shepherd's pie 2 ways.
It's because cameraman's high maintenance.
Cameraman is keto, and then my dad is not keto, and my dad does not like keto. So I make one thing for cameraman, and then one thing for my dad that he eats. But usually it's pretty much the same thing. I just tweak it a little bit. So for the shepherd's pie, obviously no mashed potatoes on it, but mashed cauliflower works. How does a mashed cauliflower taste compared to like mashed potato? Or just pretend it's like mashed potatoes.
It's not as good, but
You know what? The mashed cauliflower is really expensive. I'm thinking I should just mash my own next time.
it might taste better because
You
that
think?
it
It's
always
kind of
tastes freezer
runny.
burn.
Oh, okay. I'll have to mash it myself next time. So, yeah. So, oh, Korean cosmetics. They're so good, aren't they? I mean, Korean stuff is amazing. So, Beauty of Joseon sent out an email at the beginning of this week. So, apparently, and I didn't realize this, their website had been selling their K Beauty sunscreens on their US site. And apparently, they probably got a nasty letter from the FDA in the last few weeks, months, who knows. But they probably had a deadline like, hey, up until February 3rd, you have to stop selling it on your US site. I didn't even know that they sold it on their US site. I don't think I really shop from their US site. I think I have bought a few things there, but I think the free shipping limit is like $50 and I never spend $50. So anyway, so they apparently got a nasty letter. So now on their website, you can't buy the good sunscreens, but they're coming out, I think, in 2 days with a tinted sunscreen, which obviously uses zinc oxide as their main one, but they've got a bunch of different tints. So I'm kind of curious, but I really like the feel of chemical sunscreens. I've gotten used to them. I think I'm wearing their Aqua Fresh sunscreen as we speak. It's just so nice. So anyway, so now on their US website, after I think it might even be today or the 3rd, you'll only be able to buy their SPF 40 chemical sunscreen, which is the US chemical filters, and their tinted sunscreen, which who knows? I'm excited. I'm definitely going to try it. So I kind of thought that was interesting. So they're kind of the FDA, it's like something can go viral, but not too viral, and then something will happen to squash it. The same thing that happened with Purito. Totally different thing, but kind of same thing. It got so popular that somebody obviously was like, you know what, this is too good to be true, which is my gut feeling that whole time. This just can't be a sunscreen. But now I feel that like that about a lot of other ones that I really love. But like this is too good to be true. And obviously it was. And I think the person that did this research was the person behind Instadecoder, which is the person that owns Geek and Gorgeous, if I'm correct in my memory. And yeah, so we found out that sunscreen was like an SPF like 17 or 19. So yeah, it can go viral, it can become popular, but just not too popular because then everyone's kind of their eyes are on you. And once you become too popular, it's all downhill from there. Almost with anything in life, actually, if you think about it. You know what I mean? You can get to this level, and once you get to this level, something will
It's called
happen.
flying under the radar.
Yeah, if you're flying under the radar. I'm flying under the radar every day. So yeah. So anyway, yeah, no mashed potatoes. So oh good. Oh, Simon likes the cooking
Did you see I
videos.
gave him a thumbs up?
Oh good. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna keep doing them. So I've been doing about 2 a week. So my dad's always funny. He's always working on his Legos in the background. And then he'll like want to get up and do something. I'm like, well, you can be in the video if you want to, but you don't have. But yeah, so it's kind of funny. So we recorded French onion soup and
We have another one too.
we have one more too,
What was the
yeah.
other one? It was the
Oh.
one before the French onion. It was
Um
the Mexican.
oh, Tex-Mex casserole.
Yeah,
Keto. You know what?
s- low carb. I
Everything
would
low
call it low carb, not keto.
everything low carb involves cauliflower. Do you notice that?
Yeah,
It's like the only, I mean, I guess unless you like Brussels sprouts, which if you're prepared correctly, Brussels sprouts are great. But if you screw it up, they taste terrible. One of my friends is the best cook, and she made these twice baked potatoes when we are up at the cabin. I tried to recreate those 3 times, and each of those times it was totally inedible. It was just, and you know what? I don't think I'm a bad cook either. But I don't know what happened with those, but each time they were just like too oniony, So, yeah. So, anyway. Oh, hello, DRV. Cauliflower. Cauliflower's hard.
dear, that's Debbie, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Yes. So,
Oh
yeah.
no, cauliflower's okay.
Cauliflower. Oh,
Cauliflower,
zucchini. Yeah. Zucchini.
zucchini. Yeah,
Zucchini noodles.
yeah.
That's the other thing. For noodles for keto, it's like zucchini noodles or like rice cauliflower or mashed cauliflower.
The
That's
problem
about
with the
it.
store-bought zucchini noodles is that those
To get
often,
soggy.
no, no, they often taste like freezer burn.
Oh,
I,
because
y-
nobody else buys them?
we, I guess.
Maybe I should just buy a zucchini.
Well, we have the zucchini noodler
Oh,
tool, but it
okay.
looks very complicated.
Okay,
Hello.
yes. Oh, oh, I love all the hearts. So fun. So, yeah. So, anyway, so yeah, I love the cooking video, so I keep doing them. French onion soup was so good last night. The only problem is there wasn't any leftovers. I should have done more, but anyway, there's a fine level between way too many leftovers and just enough. So, yeah. Anyway, okay. So, oh, and the other story I want to talk about was I have to comment this week. Somebody left a comment. Actually, I got him right here talking about. Is this the right one? There we go. They left a comment about the Geek and Gorgeous A Game 20.
Hang on. Sorry,
And
go to camera 3.
which one's the third one? This one?
This one.
Okay. So they left a comment. They
And
said,
then
Geek
hang.
and Gorgeous must be paying you a lot of money for you to say that the Geek and Gorgeous is the same strength as the one from The Ordinary. And the one from The Ordinary is like way cheaper.
Okay, keep
They
going.
left that comment. And I'm like, what? I'm like, they're the exact same strength. And actually, if you look at it, the one from and you know what? They're both fine. Whichever one works, go for it. If neither of them work, go for it. But the Geek and Gorgeous per milliliter is actually, I think, point 40 cents less. And it's the same strength. And they're like, you must be getting paid a lot of money from Geek and Gorgeous to be saying. Sometimes I love comments though. It's like, well, I'm glad I saw the comment because now at least I know somebody's saying that out there. But actually, oh, cameraman just knocked a bunch of stuff in the garbage. Ah. Oh, just my water. So yeah, anyway, so I thought that comment was funny, but I just wish when I was smaller, I was able to respond like every single comment, and now it's like I can get to probably like half of them, and I wish I could get to all of them, but I need to be better about it. Anyway, so I thought that was funny though. I'm like, they're the exact same strength, and the Geek and Gorgeous is actually a little bit more affordable. They're both great though. I mean, I don't buy whichever one works. Anyway, I thought that was kind of funny. So, oh, Debbie's jumping in the shower and running to church. No worries. I get it. I get it. I
Yeah, we're
totally
not
get it.
sure if Friday, the weekend or Saturday is the day or not, but we're
We'll
gonna
see.
try it for a couple
Yeah.
of weeks here.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. So next Friday, I've got my Botox for migraine thing, which I'm excited. Somebody the other day comment, "You had Botox in your forehead?" I'm like, "Yes, I did. I talked about it. I've been talking about it for like 3 months, but it's only like 5 shots in the forehead, I believe." So, anyway, so I'm curious how many of you guys use copper peptides because I was kind of playing around with my copper peptides lately. I love them. I use them. I finally used my doctor pen microneedling device. I've been derma rolling and I had my esthetician doing it, but I've had this doctor pen device for I don't know, probably for like 5 years now. And I finally had the nerve to use it. So now I've used it twice now in the last couple weeks, just at a very shallow level. But I just love the copper peptides for it.
I just started a poll, so
Oh,
everybody
okay.
can vote if they use
If they
copper
use it.
peptides or
Okay.
not.
I just love it. It's just so wonderful. It feels like my skin heals so fast when I use it. So, yeah, so I finally had the nerve to use the doctor pen and I'm pretty happy I did. I I expected a little bit more redness the next day, but I did it pretty superficially. So, obviously the first few times I do it, I don't want to screw my face up yet. I'll screw my face up yet after I know what I'm doing. So, yeah. So, oh, so we got about it's almost 50-50, I would say. Pretty close
So far,
so far. Yeah, copper peptides are wonderful. Some people don't aren't big into peptides. I get it. If they work for you, go for it. If not, you know what I mean. There's other big YouTuber that's not a big fan of peptides at all. That doesn't think they work. But with ingredients that are still relatively new, it's hard to say. Oh, cameraman's opening a LaCroix water. Or no. What kind? Bubble?
it's
Bubbler?
Kirkland
Kirkland.
from
Oh, okay.
from
Yeah. Oh,
because
John. Hello,
I'm
John.
out of
Oh,
Diet
thank
Coke.
you. Oh, I agree with you that influencers who receive products and PR are quite likely biased in their reviews. Thank you so much. I just don't know how you couldn't be. I mean, if somebody sent me, what was that brand? Tier that was giving people like $5,000, $10,000 purses and stuff. Like, how could you not? Could you get? Could somebody give you $10,000 and the next day turn around and trash them for something they did? I just don't think it's possible for almost anybody. You know, unless it was agreed to ahead of time. So. Copper is an interesting peptide. So, yeah, retin-A. Oh, I was going to talk about retinols today too. Yeah, retinoids and copper peptides are kind of interesting. You know what? I mean, when you talk about retinoids, they're the most gold standard with anti-aging. So if you had to choose one, I would obviously pick retinoids and retin-A. So kind of just depends. But I think sometimes if you layer a lot, for me, I can't use retinoids every single night, but a lot of people do, and it works great. I just like to alternate. So, or sometimes if I microneedle, then I'm not going to use a retinoid that night. Or I've been experimenting with a few peels I'll talk about. I'll review them. There's been a few peels I've used. So if I'm going to do a peel that night, I'm certainly not going to use retinoids. So I can sneak in my copper peptides those ways. There's a couple peels I've been testing and pretty happy with them. So I'll have to review them too. But some of them are kind of expensive, but it's still cheaper than having a peel done by a dermatologist. Although I didn't get a lot of peeling from it. So, but my skin did feel and look better afterwards. So, yeah, numbing cream is the key. Without the numbing cream, although I could see how the numbing cream could make it possible that you would really hurt yourself. You know what I mean? If you numbed yourself too much and then really went high. But although I think that I should have brought my Dr. Pen down. I think it only goes up to like 2.5 millimeters, but that's like medical grade. So you don't want to probably do that at home. So body serums are great. Body serums, I really like the Versed retinol body serum. There's a website every Friday that does something, it's a Beauty Pass. Every Friday at noon, they send out a free gift Friday where you only have to pay for shipping, which is 13 bucks. And yesterday it was the Shanny Darden retinol product. So for 13 bucks, Shanny Darden's an expensive brand. So for a good body serum, but you know what, for my daily body serum, I just like the Costa Baja hyaluronic acid mixed with copper peptides. It's wonderful. It's just, and it's really nice for anti-aging. So I need firming, you know. I need all the firmness I can get. The older you get, the less firm you are. So that seems to do the trick. So, so the peel I did was Sunsu, I think it's called Soonsu. Shining Peel is the name of it. It's super gentle. I still haven't quite figured out. I think you're supposed to like dispense it with a needle, but I quite haven't quite figured out how to do it. But so far so good. But I'll review it too, so you guys can get in on that. Okay. So I was gonna sneak a review in, or not a review, it's actually more of a top 10 list. If you guys are interested, I'm going to do retinals. Okay, hang on one second. I'll start sneaking them over.
It looks like it froze on YouTube.
Oh,
I am super. Oh
oh,
wait, no, it's still going.
okay,
It's
okay,
still
we're
going.
good.
Hang on.
Oh, the P50 is being discontinued. The 19, you know what? I've tried that version. Actually, Biologic Recharge. That brand is expensive, but their stuff seems to work well for a lot of people versus like, I don't know. I think of expensive brands like La Prairie or what else? Sisley. I don't know. Some of their stuff is just so expensive, but I can't necessarily say that it actually does anything, but a lot of people really like it. So, okay.
So for the review, remember start on camera two,
Okay.
and then actually start it for as a new video.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'll start. Hello, everyone. So today I thought I would talk about the best of the strongest retinals. Retinal is approximately 10 to 11 times stronger than retinol. So when you see certain percentages of retinol, you might see retinol that looks a lot stronger in numbers, but retinol is weaker than retinal. Uh, Retinol is stronger because it requires one less conversion step into your skin to make retinoic acid. So retinol is great. It stimulates collagen production in your skin, therefore helping to fight wrinkles and fine lines. Speeds up skin cell turnover. A lot of people put it in the category of like an exfoliant. It's not really an exfoliant per se, but it does speed up skin cell turnover, but it's not the same as an exfoliant. So it helps reduce the appearance of hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and acne scars. Because of that, retinol is great for anti aging, fighting acne, clearing up skin tone, and increasing skin firmness. And it's a gold star ingredient for anti aging, as well as fighting breakouts and things like that. So these are some of the strongest. My first one is prescription tretinoin. It's not really retinol, but if you're looking for the strongest of the strong out there, that's going to be it. I use Altrino. I love it. I have pretty good luck with it. I find it more hydrating than a lot of other prescription products. But again, it's a little bit different class, but I thought I'd mention it because if you're looking for the strongest thing out there, prescription is going to be it. Next level is going to be retinal. So, first up, I've got the Geek and Gorgeous A Game 20. Da, 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 da. Here we go. So this one contains 0.2% retinaldehyde. It also contains ectoin, elantin, and panthenol for soothing your skin. It's cruelty-free and vegan. And I think ectoin is having a moment because every brand right now and their sister is coming out with an ectoin product. So try it out if you are into ectoin. But this stuff is really wonderful and pretty affordable. And the next one I'm going to mention is the Ordinary retinal emulsion, which also has the exact same percent of retinal. It's got 0.2% retinaldehyde. It also contains a sensitive, which is an ingredient molecule that it stops the reaction of feeling of stinging and burning sensation on your skin. So if you go use something that's really irritating, this ingredient kind of stops it in its tracks. So it's kind of an interesting ingredient. Haven't seen it in a lot of stuff, but it's nice to see it in here. Then it also contains ginger root and bisabolol that are also both soothing. Ginger root is going to be beneficial for your skin. Ginger oil probably not so much. So these two are kind of twins in a way. The Ordinary may look cheaper. However, if you compare it on a price per milliliter, the Geek and Gorgeous ends up being a little bit more affordable because the one in the from the Ordinary is a very tiny bottle. It's half the size. So if you're going to compare the prices, take that into account because sometimes the Ordinary isn't always the cheapest brand. A lot of the time, most of the time it is, but not always. Okay, next up is the Aven Retinal. I didn't realize this until today, but they have two different versions. They have a point 0.1 and then a point 0.05 version. So the one I have is the point 0.1 version. That's what I'm talking about today. So this one's got 0.1% retinaldehyde, and it also contains vitamin E as well as their highly regarded thermal spring water for soothing your skin. They've got it in a mist as well, their soothing spring water. I don't know, I'm curious if a lot of you guys have tried their spring water. Apparently, this might be La Roche. No, I think it's Aven that uses. They've got a thermal bath that people can go and soothe their skin if they have eczema and things like that. So it's kind of interesting. I want to check that out sometime in my life. The thermal bath water. I probably should have done it when I was in Hungary, but nobody wanted to go with me, so I didn't do it. Okay, next up is Medicate, and I don't have the specific strength, but the Medicate Crystal Retinal, there's now two new versions from the last time I purchased it. They've got a 20 and a 24, and you guessed it, the 20 has 0.2% retinaldehyde, and the 24 has 0.24% retinaldehyde. So these are not that strength. This one's, at the time I purchased it, the 10 was the highest you could get, but now they've got two higher strength. And if I'm correct, I believe the Medicaid 24 is probably the highest retinal out there that I can think of, non-prescription. So then it also contains cloudberry seed oil and vitamin E. They do contain vanilla, which is fine, but it also contains coumarin, which is technically a fragrance ingredient, and it gives products a vanilla scent. So it's got vanilla and coumarin, so it definitely has a vanilla scent in there. So keep that in mind if your skin is sensitive. And sometimes the prescription ways can be kind of expensive for people, but if you start looking at some of these, like the Medicaid ones, these are not cheap. They get to be pretty pricey. So in the long run, it might be better to maybe see a dermatologist or like an online um, consultation and maybe get something prescription. If you're thinking about the Medicaid stuff is expensive. The Geek and Gorgeous, the Ordinary, not too expensive. Aven, starting to get up there. Medicaid, really up there. Okay, a couple more. Next up is the Paula's Choice Pro Retinaldehyde Dual Retinoid Treatment. So this one contains 0.1% retinaldehyde as well as 0.16 adapanoid, which is the newest member of the retinoid family. So far, there's only 2 or 3 products on the market with adapanoid in it that I'm aware of. One is Paula's Choice, the other one is from Skin Fix, and there might be a third one out there now, but I have not tried that one. So the one from Paula's Choice also contains mushroom, vitamin E, and jojoba seed oil. And this one starts to get kind of expensive as well. I think it's around $70. So it gets expensive. If you're interested in adapanoid, the one from uh, Skin Fix is a little bit more affordable. Okay, a couple more. Next up is the Theramid Clinical Vitamin A Treatment, which I haven't reviewed yet, but I will review soon. So this one is interesting. It contains 3 different retinoids. We've got 5% gram-active retinoid. We've got 0.3% retinol. And then we've got 0.1% liposomal retinal. So it's got 3 of them in there. The gram-active retinoids, I'm not so sure how strong those really are or how effective they really are. But when you combine them with other retinoids in there, I'm a little bit more likely a believer in that. So it also contains ceramide and algae and then vitamin E for hydration. So I love Theramid. I love their packaging too. They do a really nice job. So really nice brand, nice glass bottle. And then one more, and then 2 other things to mention. So, last but not least is the May Love Moonlight Retinal Super Serum. I will say this does have fragrance in it. It contains bergamot oil, orange oil, and grapefruit oils. They're not strong, but there is a citrus scent to it. So, if you're going to use this, be aware of it. Certainly don't use it during the daytime. So, this one contains 0.11% retinaldehyde. It also contains bisabolol, cloudberry seed oil, and green tea. And then runner up, I have just because of how expensive it is the Allies of Skin Retinal Peptides Overnight Mask. This they also now have two versions of this: the stronger version, which is the one, or the weaker version, which is the five. It's expensive. The brand's gotten really pricey. So yeah, I don't love that. But it also contains other peptides in there, which are nice for anti-aging. And I like the packaging. It's a little bit more travel friendly. And then if you're not into the super strongest retinoids, Geek and Gorgeous has the A Game 10 and the A Game 5, which are both more gentle, but always be very cautious starting it. Start it slow in your routine. Use it with moisturizers. The sandwich method is a great one. So in your evening routine, you apply a thick moisturizer, then you apply your retinoid, and then apply a thicker sleeping mask or a thicker moisturizer over it just to prevent dryness. Start out slow. Start out, you know what, maybe if you're newer to retinoids, mixing one of these with a little bit of moisturizer is not a bad way to start. So slow is the way to go with it. You don't want to start too fast because you don't want to irritate your skin. And trust me, starting too fast will make you never want to try retinoid again. Because I started one time with a prescription retinoid, tretinoin prescription, and it was a gel formula. I think it had a lot of denatured alcohol in it as well. And using that on my face once made me never want to use that one ever again. And I never did because it really irritated my skin and it took a long time to heal. So slow is the way to go. But if you're more experienced, these are some nice options as well. So anyway, curious if you guys have had a chance to check any of these out. And if you have what your thoughts are, leave a comment. Okay, thanks so much. Okay. Any of your thoughts on the retinals? Retinals. So I like that. Let's
We
see.
had quite a few comments come in while you were going.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I was
Oh, you're
not reading
responding.
them.
Oh,
No,
and
no,
you're not
I
reading
couldn't
them.
read them
Okay.
because I was trying to keep up
Okay.
with the
Oh, okay.
video.
There we go. Hello, Robin. Yeah, the Geek and Gorgeous retinol is fine. The Medicate is definitely strong. I was actually I didn't realize that they had a point 24% retinol out there actually until today. I didn't even realize they'd released it. They're 20. So curious to see how strong you can. I mean, they also have a lot of nice moisturizing ingredients in there. I don't know. I get a couple beauty boxes and I now got so many different Medicaid products that I can't even finish them all. So I'm going to have to give them away. The Crystal Retinol 3, I must have got that in a, another beauty, maybe in an advent calendar or something. So yeah, so I've got to start giving away because I have too many. I only have one face, so I'm never gonna be able to use it all. Although I need to start using it more on my hands. I know that because my hands are looking rough for their age. So it's interesting. So about half of the people use, a little bit more than half use copper peptides. So I like that.
Wasn't it the other way around? I thought it was a little bit.
Well, what the final says, do you use copper peptides? Yes, 57%, no, 42%.
Oh, I thought it. Okay, I had it
You are
backwards.
dyslexic,
I am
so
dyslexic.
yeah. Well, there we go. So I mean, that's kind of half and half. So I like that. Yes, they have a retinol eye cream, and that's in their Medicate retinol eye cream is in the Derm Store Beauty Fix this month. So if you're interested in trying it, it's a full size product in the Derm Store Beauty Fix. That seems to be one of the most consistently decent beauty boxes around. But I don't need any more eye creams. I've got so many of them. The Beauty of Joseon retinol is great too. It wasn't didn't seem as strong as some of these to me, so I don't know. But and Aven they have a retinol eye cream as well. So just be careful on your eyes because they can get so drying. Especially if you use any lash products, how drying they can be. It's yeah. So just be careful with it around your eye area. Okay. The other thing I was going to talk about was scars and how to treat different scars. So
Did you, before you get into that, sorry,
that's okay.
did you tell them about the second channel?
I mentioned a little bit the cooking stuff and
Well, yeah, and that eventually I just put a link to the
oh,
second
okay.
channel. Subscribe there because eventually the live streams we want to do them on the second channel instead of the main channel here.
Okay,
So,
yeah. And I'm
anyways,
doing a lot of cooking stuff.
just a public service
There we
announcement.
go. I need to get an apron though. So remind me to get an apron tonight. I need an apron because some of that grease. You know, whenever you're cooking bacon, it's like it's a giant mess basically. So, yeah. Anyway, Oh yeah, the ordinary eye serum. That one's the ordinary makes some good stuff. So I mean, nothing wrong with the ordinary. They're pretty good. Niode just doesn't seem to be sold as easily as the ordinary. I wish like Sephora had Niode or something. It'd make it easier to buy it. But okay, so on to scars. I'm curious how many. I do need to get a cute apron. Something funny, maybe a couple different aprons so I can wash them. Yeah, I need to get an apron. I need my dad to get me an apron. So, oh, you're in Stillwater. Wow.
What?
Surprised it's us in Stillwater. Huh.
Huh.
Stillwater's beautiful, but snowy. But oh, I don't see a window. I was gonna say I was wondering if it was still snowing out, but now I don't see it. So scars are very difficult to treat, and I've been really working on some scars on my hand. I've got one. Can you put on the overhead?
Uh,
My poor
yeah,
aging
yeah. Give me
hand.
one sec.
Okay,
Um,
because I've got some
there it is.
scars. Oh, shop in Stillwater. Not you're in not in Arizona. Shop in Stillwater. Okay. So
There.
here's the scar.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Center it a little bit.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah. You can see it now. Yeah. That scar has been there for like my almost my entire life,
Maybe.
and I have another scar right here, and those are both from the same thing. I was trying to make slime when I was like 5 years old with my friend who I'm going to see tomorrow. Kind of funny. My friend and I were trying to make slime or goo or whatever, and we got burnt. And so I've got these two little scars, but I've been working on them a little bit. But no matter what I do, I think they're going to be there for forever. I've been trying the plasma device. I've been trying retinols and certain scars. I think the older they are, the tougher they are to treat. I also have a scar on my cheek from a car accident. That one's getting a lot better though. And I've got a scar on my forehead from I was trying to sing I was trying to pretend like my hair dryer was a microphone when I was like 5, and I hit my head with the hair dryer. So I've got a couple scars here and here, but those aren't as noticeable as they used to be. Maybe the microneedling. Maybe that's what I need to do on my hand for the scars. So yeah, the two scars on my hands are tough. The ones on my face, I don't notice them as much, but the one on my hand, I just don't think they're ever going to go away. And I think this scar, I think I got bit by a dog once. But yeah, the main ones are the stray one on my hand and the one from the goo. But I think the biggest is the type of scar they are. So atrophic scars are the ones that typically occur from like acne. So they're like boxcar scars, ice pick scars, or rolling scars. Those ones I think are the most common one people try and do like microneedling for.
What is an ice pick scar?
It's from like deep breakouts. Like I think cystic acne, I think is a common
Oh,
cause
okay,
of
sure.
them. Um, there's a couple actors that have them that make them pretty noticeable.
James
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And you know what? The tough thing with those is they almost make you look older. Those types of scars, they do. They tend to make people look older, but you know what? They make you look a little tougher too. I think so.
Character.
Character, yeah. Keloid scars, those are typically on deeper skin tones, so they're overgrown because of excessive collagen production, which is interesting because we all want collagen production, but we don't want so much that it doesn't look natural. So keloid scars are another type. Stretch mark scars, they're kind of interesting because they're not really thought of as scars. They don't look like other scars because they kind of look like bluish, purplish lines, but those occur from like weight gain, pregnancy, growth spurts, things like that. Some people are much more prone to them than others. I've got some friends that don't have any of them. Although none of them have had babies, so I guess yeah. But I guess if you have babies, you probably know more about them. But and then hypertrophic scars. I guess that would probably be what mine would be. Thick raised scars that typically stay within the boundary of where the wound occurred. Typically, those occur from collagen production during the injury, but can slightly flatten over time. So, and then what you do to treat the scar depends on a lot of the times well, actually all the time what the scar is from. So, like retinols, the big thing is if you can catch the scar, the sooner you can get it, the better. The faster you're likely going to be able to heal it and treat it and prevent it from getting bad. So if you know you're going to have like a surgery or something like that, or for people like that do like the Mohs for skin cancer surgery, I would see a or an esthetician or a dermatologist. Dermatologists sometimes don't want to talk about um, appearance so much. They like to talk about clinical things, and they like to hand over the rest of that to estheticians a lot of the time, from what I hear. So sometimes talking to an esthetician before you have the surgery, because sometimes there's things they can do to lessen the likelihood of a scar occurring. So I think that's a good way if you're going to have that done. Prevention is much better. So see an esthetician if you're gonna have something done, especially to your face. If not, I think those silicone sheets work really well for a lot of people. And vitamin E are also great. When I hit my head with the hair dryer, I don't think my mom was thinking about silicone sheets or had really cared about just how much is it going to cost for the stitches and when do you get them out. I think, my mom was a nurse, so I was like, well, whatever. Thankfully, I'm not a model, because then I'd probably have insurance or something. Wasn't it like Heidi Klum had her legs insured or something for like $10 million or something?
I don't
I should have had that when I was a baby. So, yeah. Anyway, so oh, cameraman. Now I see why Brad Pitt. I thought you were talking about the boxcar scars or
know. I'm gonna
something.
put up the picture of me again for a second here.
Okay. No boxcar scars.
Okay,
So
that's all they get though.
that has to be like 20 years ago though.
That picture of me?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's like 20 years ago. So
What are you talking about? That was last week.
so you know what? So we went to get our global entry, and we went to International Falls. There's an airport up there because the wait time was a lot less than the Minneapolis airport. We went up there, and it's the smallest airport I've ever been to. You just kind of walk in. There's no real security, but the lady that did the global entry thing for us. I'm like, so whatever happens up here? I mean, like it's so quiet. And so she said two interesting things. She said the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, like they had like this massive fight that ruined their marriage happened there. I guess
It was a
it
domestic
was a
on the
domestic
plane.
on the plane in International Falls, Minnesota. And then the other thing she had was Adele flew in through there, and Adele was calling the airport to see if there were paparazzi there and if she should do her makeup or not. Okay.
A lot of paparazzi
Yeah,
in I
International
Falls.
Falls, yeah. Anyway, so it's kind of interesting though. I mean, apparently, so when people are flying internationally, that's like the fastest or easiest airport to go through or something. She said a lot of the celebrities go through there
Right.
and a lot of like corporate jets and things. For
I
some reason, they picked that one
because
because
it's small. I think they can
it's,
get through it. I think it's quick.
yeah, there's like nobody there at all.
Right.
So, yeah, that was where, so we had to do fingerprints for our global entry, and it took me about an hour because my hands were so dry. And I was rubbing lotion on them, then I was rubbing lip balm on them.
It's because you're really a zombie.
Yeah, I am. I do have interesting fingerprint. Yeah, my hands are so dry. I think it's from Purell. I'm just now in the habit after everything that happened 4 years ago. I touch something, I Purell after now. And I think my fingerprints are just so dry. But finally, we were able to get the fingerprints done. I used a tube of chapstick and about 45 minutes of just like rubbing it in, and then all the force in the world to put my hands down. And finally, we got the fingerprints done, but it was a lot of work. I felt bad for the poor gal, and I felt bad for myself because I'm like, man, my hands are this dry. I hardly have fingerprints. And she did say, anytime I go to the country, I should bring moisturizer with me in case they want to fingerprint me. Hopefully, that doesn't happen because I don't have enough room in my tiny liquid carry on bag for another moisturizer. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So,
Gloves in a bottle. I think
oh yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah, that one's a popular one too. So Ryan Gosling, yes, Ryan Gosling in the Notebook. That was a good movie too. So you have a protruding scar from a mole removal surgery. Yeah, so those are tough. I think so. That's kind of a keloid type scar, I think. Or would it be a? It would be kind of a keloid type scar. Yeah, the silicone sheets, I think for some people they work better than others, but for a lot of people, I think it's, and you know what, I think the older you get, the more likely you are just to scar up because your skin gets thinner and more collagen gets produced. And so, so microneedling, I think, is a huge one for treating scars. It's probably why the scars on my face are a little bit better because I've been doing that so much. But you know, you can't really, when I look at them, I can't really, let me look in my mirror and see if I can see them through my makeup. Yeah, I don't really see them anymore. Well, I do. There's this little scar right here. It's hard to see, but I think doing all those microneedling sessions and topicals are great, but they can only do so much. But I think microneedling is huge for, well, actually, so if it's keloid type scar, microneedling might not be the best thing to do on top of it because you might be more likely to scar from the microneedling. I would probably have an esthetician do that. I probably wouldn't do it or maybe try a certain small area before you do it because it's not worth risking any other scars. So for my friend that had the most surgery, MOHS cancer surgery, she had skin cancer right below her eye. She's always diligent about putting sunscreen on ever since I've known her. She's a little bit older than me, but um, she had this skin cancer and it was she would wear eye cream and she put eye cream on over her sunscreen. So even 30 years of being very diligent with sunscreen, you can still screw up and get skin cancer. But so she's done several of the CO2 sessions, which she says are very painful, very painful. So I'm not sure I'd ever want to do that, but for certain scars, it might be the way to go. But maybe I've heard certain estheticians or dermatologist office that do some of these things use nitrous. So maybe that's the way to go so you don't feel the pain as much. But there was one BBL treatment my esthetician did on my neck, and I swear that amount of pain, I was like almost in tears. I'm like, if you ever get nitrous, let me know because then I'll come and do the BBL like once a week, you know? It's just the pain I can't take, you know?
What about lasers on scars?
Lasers, I
Did you
think,
see Simon's comment too? Fillers and
yeah, fillers probably can help too. Filler, especially for like the indented type scars. So, so yeah, so scars are not fun and they take forever to heal. So, okay, so I've got one more video to do quick. Oh, the CO2 is working on my friend. She's still got a little mark there, but it's a lot better than it was. But I mean, can you imagine for 40 years of your life using sunscreen and just doing enough to get skin cancer? You know what I mean? But she's very fair. She's got blue eyes. So, I mean, how unfair is that? You know? Because most people haven't been that diligent about sunscreen. She's been diligent about it her whole entire life, you know? So, anyway. Okay, so I'll do one more video. Oh, okay. Got to have something to release the bands under the box cars or rolling to keep the filler from the. Yeah. Yeah, scars are tough. I think probably stretch marks are probably going to be very difficult to treat. But I think lasers and microneedling are probably going to be two of the. And peels can help too. So, okay. So, my second video, I'm going to put these away quick. Hang on one second.
yeah, and just remember to do it to the second camera. And are you gonna do hand stuff?
No, that's okay.
Okay, good.
Okay. So,
All right, I'm turning my mic off.
this video is kind of I'm going to talk to them first. This video is kind of over the top, I will say, but because it's better than Botox, we know most things aren't going to be better than Botox, but these are some things that are worth trying if you're on a budget because Botox can be very expensive, I've heard. Well, the migraine Botox, I think, is like 6 grand. Insurance covers five of it, and then you pay 1,000 and then the company that owns Botox then will write you out a check for the 1,000. So Botox very expensive. So these it's kind of in just like there's nothing better than Botox, but these are some options that are going to help and maybe delay the Botox or maybe reduce the amount of Botox you have to use, or maybe you don't want to use Botox at all. So anyway, okay, on to the video. Okay, Hi, guys. Today I'm going to talk about products that, in my opinion, are better than Botox or great for anti aging. There's a whole variety of price range here. So we've got some that are really, really, really affordable. There's some that are a little bit more pricey. So I'm just going to start out with some of these and maybe hopefully it can help reduce fine lines and wrinkles or maybe reduce the amount of Botox you need. Or if you're not going to get Botox, this can certainly help with fine lines and wrinkles. So, first, one I'm going to talk about is the Skin Medica TNS Treatment Ceramide Cream. It's lovely. So, this one contains Skin Medica's patented human fibroblast condition media. It also contains several ingredients that are great for hydrating skin. So, I like to use this on my neck and décolleté, honestly, because I'm too cheap to use their really expensive serum on my neck and décolleté. If I was wealthy, I would use it everywhere. I would bathe in it if I was wealthy. But anyway, it also contains olive oil, oat kernel, vitamin E. It also contains biopeptide EL and part of the Matrixyl 3000 peptide duo. So this one's really nice for anti-aging. And if you're on a budget, it's 2 ounces, so it's going to be larger than pretty much any other product I'm going to talk about. This product is bigger, you get more. It's a cream, so it's really nice, but it's great for moisturizing. If you've been interested in the TNS from Skin Medica, this one's kind of a more affordable way to get it. And always shop around for promo codes before you put any order in. I always get annoyed at myself if I put an order in before I do a code or you know what I mean? So check things out. Okay, next up, I will say the first time I used this product, I hated it. The first tube of it, I hated it, but I picked it up again. I'm not sure because it was on sale. I picked it up again because it was on sale. And yeah, so this is the Niode Copper Amino Isolate Lipid. Contains 1% copper peptide that's blended with palmitic acid to help it absorb better. It also has a good amount of squalane in here for hydration. It feels greasy. You only need a little bit of it to go a long way. It also contains an ingredient called hydromethylphenyl decanon, decanon, decanonone, something like that, which is a super strong antioxidant that's great for soothing skin. And it's in a good squalane base that provides hydration and assistance with visible fine lines. It clicked for some reason. Okay. And it's just a really nice serum type moisturizer. Use it at the very end of your routine. Use it sparingly, but it's just really, really nice. So if you haven't tried it, check it out. It's lovely. Okay, next up is the Revive Serum Telomerase Serum. Their Ultimate Serum is wonderful too. You can't go wrong with either of them. So this one is a gel serum and it's loaded with anti-aging peptides. It may seem expensive and it is, but a little bit of it goes a long way. So this bottle is 1.7 ounces. It lasted me about a year. So, and using it, 3 or 4 nights a week, using about a year, it's not bad. So think about that, factor that in. Still expensive, but contains a lot of good ingredients. It contains Renovage, which is an ingredient known for moisturizing, firming skin and helping fade sunspots. It contains cyclosterogenol, which is an ingredient that's thought to help lengthen telomeres, which the older we get, our telomeres shorten. They break apart, kind of like the ends of shoelaces after that little plastic that's off the end comes off, and our telomeres shorten. We want them long, we want them whole, and this ingredient is thought to help with that. There's also other peptides and things like that that you can take as supplements that may help with that as well. We want long, straight telomeres. It also contains arginine, the SNAP-aid peptide, Matrixyl 3000, as well as isoropeptides, as well as a ton of other peptides and amino acids. It's really wonderful for your skin. If you can afford it, use it sparingly and maybe just on specific areas of wrinkles. Certain expensive products, I focus them where I use them. I focus them on the lines of my forehead, around my eyes, and right around my mouth. I don't use them on my cheeks or my chin and I should use them on my neck, but a lot of times I don't because I want to make it last as long as possible because it's expensive. So, okay, next up is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Serum with copper peptides. I will say one caveat. This contains 1% copper peptides. I mix in, I believe it's 1 gram of raw copper peptides to increase the percentage of copper peptides to 2%. So do what you will with that. I'll try and remember to link to the copper peptides too so you can mix them in. So it's got those copper peptides in there. It also contains arginine peptide, which is the Botox in a bottle peptide. It contains the luphasal peptide, which is the one that targets wrinkles from facial movements. It also contains a matrixyl synthesis peptide as well as several amino acids. For bang for your buck, this is where it is. This is product is going to give you the most bang for your buck. It's 32 bucks, which is expensive. If you can get on sale, it's even better. 20% off at Ulta or Sephora. Ulta used to send a lot more coupons out than they do these days. But anyway, for bang for your buck, this is it. If you can add it into your routine somehow, that's the way to go. Oh, you know what? I gotta grab one. Hang on. Because the next one on the list is the Geek and Gorgeous A Game 20 or any strong retinoid, tretinoin that you have. But I just picked this one because I really love it. It's really affordable. It's got 0.2% retinaldehyde in here. It also contains ectoin in here, so it helps firm skin as well. Really nice product. It helps with skin firmness, evening skin tone out, fine lines and wrinkles. It's great. It can also help with prevent and slow breakouts from acne. It's certainly worth checking out. Or check out the one from The Ordinary, but the Geek and Gorgeous ends up being a little bit more affordable at this point. Okay, so next up, this is going to be the newest product, actually, and I'm really loving it. So it's the Numbuzin NAD Serum, number 9 NAD Sil Essence. I don't know why they call it an essence, but it's really not much of an essence. It's more of a serum texture. Can I do a little here? There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's got more of a serum texture. It's not an essence. They call it an essence. I don't know why, but it's more of a serum. So this one contains NAD, which is a ingredient that is still being researched a lot for skincare. I'm not totally sure on where we'll end up as NAD as a skincare ingredient. We'll see. But top orally NAD supplements, people take those as well, and it helps people get energy and things like that. It also has resveratrol in here, astaxanthin, beta glucan, CoQ10, as well as a ton of peptides. It's a really nice product. It's not terribly expensive, but so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm wearing it today underneath moisturizer and sunscreen, and it's really nice. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's really lovely. So, oh, I also really like how they have a little thing on here that shows you how much you have left. I like that. So I can see I've used about a fifth of the bottle already because I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah. Anyway, that's okay. Okay. Next up is, hang on one second. Okay, the expensive one, the big boy in the doghouse, or what do they say? The big dog in the yard or something like that? Big dog. I've got the big dog upstairs. The Skin Mecca TNS Advanced Serum. This is going to be the most expensive one. I use this very slowly, methodically, uh, fiscally cheap with it. So it's got the Skin Medica patented human growth factor complex. It's also got proline peptide as well as a milk peptide complex for anti-aging and collagen production in skin. It also has apple extract and vitamin E for hydrating skin. It's really lovely. It's really expensive. If it's too expensive, I totally get it. Check out the TNS ceramide cream if it's too expensive. This one's expensive too, but you can make this one last a long time. I make this bottle last a long time too. So I've probably been working on this specific bottle for 4 months. It's probably got another month in it. So just using it sparingly where my wrinkles are. I don't use it everywhere. I just focus on the areas where there's wrinkles. Okay, next up, I've got the Theramid Acid, which is a lotiony serum that contains 15% azelaic acid. Azelaic acid is great for helping your skin look youthful because it helps with hyperpigmentation, it helps with redness, and it helps slow breakouts. So I will say, azelaic acid, after I've added this into my routine, my skin started to look a lot more youthful and a lot more bright. It doesn't necessarily help with wrinkles or anything, but it helps a lot with skin tone, and a youthful skin tone is kind of what we're all after. We don't like hyperpigmentation. We don't like redness, but a nice glow. and azelaic acid is where it's at for that. Okay, two more. Next up is the Geek and Gorgeous Sea Glow, which I love. It's a water light serum that contains 15% ascorbic acid, which is great for collagen production deep down in skin. It's great for brightening your skin up, and it's great for helping your sunscreen work better. So it's really nice. It also contains the ferulic acid and vitamin E trifecta. That's the trifecta you want. You want to see ascorbic acid, ferulic acid, and vitamin E. Those three together are going to be the most protective three ingredients you can use on your skin. And if you can use them under your sunscreen in your morning routine, that's going to be the way to go. Lovely product, really affordable. Yeah. And last but not least, obviously, I'm needing to repurchase this the Neogen Dermalogy High R Exosome Cream. It's a wonderful gel moisturizer. It contains centella derived exosomes, which, at this point, when it comes to exosomes, there's some research showing that plant exosomes are great and beneficial. Comparing those to other type of exosomes, I'm not so sure. I have a feeling there might be other exosomes that might be more beneficial, but you know what? This product is 22 bucks. It's really affordable. It also contains resveratrol. It contains several amino acids, peptides, CoQ10 for anti-aging. It's really lovely. My next bottle will be my fourth bottle of it, and I really like it. So I'm using this today as my moisturizer, and I mixed in a little bit of the Pacifica Sun bronzing drops with it, and it works nice, and I like it. It's not fussy, and it's really got a lot of good ingredients in here. So, anyway, interested hearing from you guys if you have any products that you think work as good or better than Botox. Leave a comment below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys more tomorrow. Okay, bye, guys. Okay.
Okay, Heather's here.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. No worries, no worries. I'm being late. So, okay. Oh, we got to do timestamps. Okay. Yeah, we'll work on that. I know we need to be better at timestamps and thumbnails.
Thumbnails.
Thumbnails were so the Skin Medica is super expensive. So if the Skin Medica TNS is out of your price range, the Revive Serum Ultimate Serum, and it's almost double the amount, but just use it slowly. And I'm keeping an eye out for when Revive Serum has a sale because they do a sale. I think one or two sales a year. So I need to stay on top of that because I've been asked by people to let them know when they have a good sale. So that brings the price down even more. But yeah, the Skin Medica is super expensive. And I justify it myself because I'm like, well, I only really use it in three kind of spots. So I kind of justify it, but it's expensive. But if you can somehow subscribe to it and then unsubscribe casually before it comes, before the subscription arrives, that's another kind of a hack. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I'm curious, what is in the P50 lotion that is outlawed? I'm going to have to do some digging on that because I'm very curious. So, on that's because I didn't realize that was being pulled from the market. So, yeah, the Neogen's great. The NAD serum is wonderful. So, if the Skin Medica ceramide cream and the Revive serum are out of your price range, check out the NAD stuff. It's really out of everything, it gives you the most instant gratification out of a lot of products that I use because I feel like right after I use this, I feel like my skin instantly looks better. There's not a lot of products where it gives you that kind of gratification, like the plumpness, I guess. This stuff does it. So, yeah. Can you use with epidermal growth factors with retinol or tretinoin? So, if I were going to use them, I would do a neutral layer between the two and give it some time, give it a few minutes and a neutral layer. So, phenol. Okay, interesting. Phenol is the ingredient in the P50. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some digging on that. Where the biologic recharge, I think, is made in France, I believe. Well, that's why their name sounds like that. So I'm gonna have to do some digging. Interesting. I'll do some digging and I'll let you guys know what I find out in the newsletter. So I like the Geek and Gorgeous peptide serum. It's not my favorite, but it's nice. It's easy to fit in. You know what? You know what will make me like it more? I'll mix copper peptides in with it and it'll be a holy grail status. So, yeah. So, anyway, a neutral layer, just I'm trying to think. Something like the NAD serum is a texture that you want for a neutral layer, something that's just got a light serumy texture. The Hygiene Natural Repair Serum I love as a neutral layer. Um, any like hyaluron serum. The Numbuzin Panothic Acid Serum is a nice neutral serum. Trying to think if I have anything here that's really neutral, but I don't. But just something with simple ingredients, nothing too much, no strong acids, no vitamin C, things like that. So yeah, something like Hadalabo, that would be great too. So yeah.
You should read what you're responding to.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. I will do that next time. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've got to practice. So thoughts on copper peptides versus vitamin C? I couldn't pick one because I love them both. So yes, both. That's the answer. Yes. No, vitamin C in the morning, copper peptides at night. Absolutely. I couldn't pick between one of them because there's both of them are so beneficial, especially for people with hyperpigmentation. Ascorbic acid or vitamin C is just it's a necessity. It's especially things like melasma. It's just so tough to get at, and you need a lot of ingredients. And yeah, yeah, so yeah. Why do we have to pick? I'm not good at picking anything. I'm always good at giving options, and this is why this might work. But yeah, use them both. So anyway, yeah, I will do some digging on that. So anyway, well, thanks so much, guys. This was fun. We're gonna do it the same time next week, Saturday,
And we're going to try to do it on both channels.
and we're gonna try and do
Oh,
it on both Sarah Speaks and this
th- there
channel.
I'm putting the link to the second channel again
Okay.
because eventually all live streams are going to be over there.
I want to read one more. Okay. I use vitamin C and the Drunk Elephant Protini. I realized the Protini has copper peptides. I don't think you need to change your moisturizer. If it works well over that vitamin C serum, go for it. And you don't have any irritation or anything like that, I'd keep using it. For some reason, my Protini foams up. I don't know why. I don't know. It's been 2 jars now. That's why I end up loving the Neogen because it's a nice alternative. It doesn't foam up and it's cheaper. But if you like the protein, I get it. Everyone it works great. I love this stuff. So yeah. So I think you can mix the copper peptide with the Geeking Gore. Just make sure the amount. And I'll talk about that more too next week. So the Theramid 3% copper peptide is wonderful as well. I absolutely love that stuff. So can't go wrong with that. And for a long time, I went back and forth between that and then one from Niode. And they're both great. The Niode is better in the winter for me because it's more hydrating. The Theramid is not as hydrating. It's better for me in the summer and spring when my skin isn't as dry. So, yeah. So, anyway, well, thank you guys so much. And we'll be back next week. And I'll do some more cooking in the meantime. So, thanks so much, guys. I will see you more later. Okay. Bye, guys.